How to be a good politician. To be a good politician, you must get yourself with the local constituents, connect with them, gain their support, sympathize the situations, or if possible, talk with them longer out of pitifulness, be a strong support team for your campaign, and lastly, to meet and help residents who are in need, especially those who are facing money problems. Not really true. In order to be a good politician, you just need to do 3 things: to lie, to cheat, and to manipulate.
I lie, I cheat, I steal. I lie, I cheat, I steal.
That's the point. Whether you are supporting the ruling party or the oppositions, all politicians work the same way. That is to lie, to cheat, and to manipulate. If they don't do that, how could you able to fall into the trap to believe in them? It works the same way when it comes to boys courting after girls. A boy cannot be too honest if he wants to succeed in getting a girlfriend. Otherwise, the girl won't fall easily into him. Most girls like bad boys. This is what's happening in the world, and you can see on the streets. Life is not a fairy tale. The better you are, the more your girl will love you, and she could even support you financially. Girls like bad boys. I'm not bad enough anyway. This is the psychology in this today's world, and this applies in the political arena too. Any political leaders, whether from the ruling party or the opposition parties, what they always like to do is spreading information, including false information to gain public support. The oppositions call the news for the ruling party as propaganda and the ruling party to oppositions as fake news. The reason for doing so is just playing the ordinary people's mind. That's it. So that they can lie, to cheat, and to manipulate. They are doing this to make people angry, get people's support, to gain public sympathy, get more credits, and even get more donations from you. However, we don't know because we are not the creator of information. We don't have any good source to verify whatever they are saying is true or false, or maybe just a confusion. To influence their supporters, what the opposition could do is keep on talking and giving us as many speeches as possible, regardless the information is true or false, so that people could keep on complaining and ranting about the government. However, to prevent the opposition's popularity from growing, PAP will try many ways to block their information. The PAP ministers are smart. Book smart with a good degree, honor degree, MBA, PhD, or whatever, until they could only know how to talk but not how to do. They are brainy but unskillful. The only skill they have that I could see is only flattery. Always say yes, 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 and yup, and yeah to what their leaders said, so that they could get better pay and better promotion in the government. Anyway, regardless how true or how false information you may get from those opposition parties, these book ministers always have a way to stop them with their books, but not with their skill or competence. Example, implementing the anti-fake news law and anti-protest law. All they know is using book and law to unfairly beat their political opponents or activists. This means it gives PAP the power to disseminate whatever information and whatever lies anytime they want. This is telling us that PAP is always the truth, the way, and the law. Amen. Whatever parties they are from, all politicians talk and lie to earn your trust and support. Politicians lie to get your votes. Do you think they will really care about you after they get elected and after they could enjoy a big sum of money into their pockets? Politicians will not show you who or what they are, but only people living close to them will know what they're up to. They could laugh and smile with you every day, hee hee ha ha, but at the back, they would not care less about your complaints and your misery. They could tell you how lousy and bad their political opponents are just to brush you off. Also, you could be surprised to know that one day their opponents are even their very good friends. On the surface, opposition parties and ruling party may look like enemies, but in reality, they could be friends, very good friends. You may see them fighting, accusing, or even filing a lawsuit on each other, but in reality, they could be the BFF. There are some politicians appear to be very serious in their appearance, to give their speeches on their video or in some events, though they are not as funny and silly as me. They could be someone with a hidden agenda betraying your faith and trust in them. Politicians will not let you know what they are doing, and they will always keep you in the dark because they see you as ordinary and nothing special. They only want your attention and support to get themselves into the government, so that in the end of the day, you could only see some dogs barking in the parliament just to show that they have done their best to care for you. FYI, I'm not talking about countries like Taiwan or the US, where you could see opponents fighting against one another with real intention to throw each other out. I'm referring to a country that is paying ministers or MPs with a very high pay check to put out a show for the public to see, so that the country could be perceived as democratic. So in a way, it turns out the parliament is nothing but a circus for the public to see, so the MPs could enjoy their high paycheck every month for at least 5 years. In simple sense, politicians need you to pay for their salary more than you need them to solve your daily problems. In short, politicians need you more than you need them. A good politician will know how to manipulate people and the members so that we could listen to him without any questions. Singaporeans' thinking is very straight, and most of them who choose to stay quiet to avoid getting into trouble. They mostly wouldn't dare to question the politicians or even confront them. If they dare, they'll get themselves blacklisted in their own groups and become deplorable, especially on social media. A manipulative politician should make you feel yourself belong to them, in mind and in spirit, and even in sometimes bodies, so that whatever they say you could believe and serve them willingly and unknowingly. True politics is about the way people relate to each other and the way they organize society. Ideally, people should consult with each other to decide their most pressing common needs and the course of action. However, in reality, politicians seek dominion over you and achieve it by manipulation so that they could progress with their hidden agenda easily. They are the best psychologists in the world, playing and controlling not just only your mind, but anyone who are dissatisfied with their current situation. Here, I'm going to expose some of the strategies they use for their manipulations, of which you may find familiar if you like politics. The first one is distraction. The best way of controlling you is to diverting your attention from important issues by saying about other things, like the elderly are still struggling with their life, they are still working and not enjoying in retirement. Many graduates are jobless, that they cannot find any job in the market. The foreigners are behaving rudely. The Prime Minister girly handshake signature move, or his wife wearing sandals show off. On the other side, it could be a ruling party saying about things like GDP is growing, education is improving, employment rate is growing, or holding some charity events just to build a fantasy dream for you. What have all this got to do with you if you are still struggling with all kinds of your own problems? Do you really have nothing to share about yourself or about what you want, but only looking at the problems that are not related to you? They are distracting you so that you will not have time and effort to harass them on what you really want. Second, creating problems and then offering solution. This method is called problem reaction solution. Such things often happen in the opposition parties because the ruling party already got what they wanted. First of all, what is opposition? Basically, it's just about doing things that are opposite of what the ruling party is doing. So whenever ruling party is initiating some plans or solutions, opposition will turn it around to make it into your problems and come up with a new solution until you don't know what is best for you. That means you are confused what is the best thing for you in the end. Third, the self-blame strengthened. This is something that the ruling party always used to control Singaporeans by cultivating them to believe themselves being stupid. This is very obvious in Singapore because of its meritocracy system. Common people always see themselves stupid, but not their leaders or the politicians. Whatever bad things happen in Singapore, the common people always get the blame but not the politicians. If unemployment rate is getting worse, this means people are not smart enough. If oppositions cannot win the election, this means people are stupid not to vote for them. When things are bad, common people always get the blame, but they are nothing to do with the politicians. When things are good, politicians who get the credits and the people who exalt them highly. Hence, many Singaporeans are trained not to confront or question any politician directly. If you are nobody or someone with just an elementary education, you are always stupid even your idea is very fantastic in Singapore. It's totally different what you see in Taiwan. Han Kuo-Yu is just a nobody with a master's degree of which I don't know where it came from. Nevertheless, he's able to win people's heart with sincerity, or perhaps just faking. I don't know because I know his relative or whoever.
Han Kuo-Yu described the city, once one of the world's busiest ports, as outdated and poor. Han vowed to turn the tide.
Whoever or whatever he is, it doesn't matter to the Taiwanese. Because they want to see the sincerity of the politician and what promise he could deliver before they could cast their vote during the election day. In Taiwan, the power lies on the people but not on the politicians. Today you may see them supporting one party, but on the next day they easily change their mind and support another one. Or even support a nobody. But this is not happening in Singapore. Most Singaporeans tend to support who you are and what achievements you have. If you're nobody, whatever you say, if it's very sensible, it's all BS. OMG, am I talking about myself? Who cares? If you think I'm worthy of your time watching my video, just help me share this video with your friends and don't forget to watch my other video too. See you.